Hi everyone, my name is Samantha Jameson and I am the Program Director of 4-H Youth Enrichment and Ag Education in Louisa County. I just wanted to update you all on those chicks that you guys saw hatch back in the first week of April. So this little guy is one of the favorites of a family that took these chicks home. So it got very socialized while it was with that family. So we can hold it fairly easy. It is starting to lose its socialization just because I'm not holding it every single day. So if it does try and fly away, it's just because it's not as used to humans as it used to be. So, I want to show you a little bit about what has changed since you guys last saw them, other than they just got bigger. Alright, little guy. Don't you dare jump. So, our little chick. Ooh, relax. Our little chick still has some down feathers, which are the really soft feathers that are up on the top of its head. Those are the ones that they first came out of the egg with. But then you can see back here on the wings, it's starting to get its true first feathers. And it's amazing that this is happening only in that first couple of weeks after hatching. So it's got the down feathers, but it's also starting to grow true primary feathers. As you can tell, she isn't quite as social as she might have been, especially if we got the Shipley kids watching. Our chicks are very active. Let me put this one back and then I'll explain our setup. So, this is inside of our chicken coop. This is our brooding pen for our 33 baby chicks. And they're all hiding out under there. I'll open this up so you can see them better. So here's our 33 baby chicks. Quite a lot. Whole bunch of different kind of breeds. A lot of them being yellow. So we've got our waters, our feed troughs, and then our heat lamps. So I talked about earlier how many farmers use heat lamps instead of the brooder plates that we had first put our chicks under. We are one of those farmers that prefers the heat lamps out in our coop. It's an easier way, not as close down to the litter that they're sitting in, not as close to their bedding, so it is much safer out here where they can get the warmth from each other, and they are old enough that they don't need that constant warmth from the brooder. The chicks are extremely active. They love to now dig into their bedding and scratch. They like to find things that are hidden in their bedding. We've got this little guy who's very curious. So these two yellow ones, you can really tell the difference between their down feathers and their first feathers. My sisters like to call this the teenager stage because it's almost like they're going through puberty. They are changing very much within their bodies. Their feathers are changing. They're growing. And if we were to watch the inside of their body change during this period, we would see that a place called the crop in the birds is starting to develop, and in that crop is where they are going to grind down their feed. So they will, as they get older, when we kick them outside of their brooding pen, they will find little pebbles and other types of objects like that to get a substance in their crop that will grind down their feed for them. As they start to get older, before we kick them out though, we will use oyster shells as a form of getting that crop developed. That crop is important because they do not have the same anatomy or body as we do, so their digestive system works much differently. And it's just as different from us as it is from a cow that has a 4-chambered stomach. That's why those animals are called ruminants. So birds are very much as different from us as we are from cows. We've got 2 birds that are currently facing off. They like to do that. It's what they like to do to determine a hierarchy, or pretty much decide who's the boss. And all types of animals will develop a hierarchy of sorts. So if our chicks weren't quite as shy right now, you would see them zooming all around their brooding place. You can see a couple of them getting into the spirit of it. But they like to run around and play. And they like to eat their crumbles. So I'm going to let this top back down, and we will see if they will relax some, and you guys can watch them zoom around. So now you guys have seen the chicks in their current habitat. As they get older, we will kick them out and they will be able to have the full run of the coop that they are in currently. Plus they will be able to get outside, but that won't happen until they're quite a bit older and can stand the weather. So I will show you a little bit about our personal backyard coop so you guys can see what that might look like. Here's our coop. We've got our brooder section right there with the baby chicks, and then we've got nesting boxes. And then that bar right over there. So that bar over there is a place for the adult chickens to roost. We have baby chickens that are looking to roost inside their cage, so here this weekend my project will be to put up a bar similar to what is over in that corner, but smaller for the chicks to sit on. They like to roost so they feel safe when they are up higher so predators can't get to them. So as they become adults, the chickens will move and have full run of this chicken coop, and then they will be laying their eggs inside those nesting boxes. And we've got more nesting boxes inside. And then the outside of our coop is very simple. We definitely did not spend a lot of money as we built it, but it works for our purposes. So I'll turn that back around to show you guys. So it's a very simple building that we put up. We had old windows from a shed that we put in so it lets in natural light. This lean-to that we've got outside is for birds to be kicked out if they are not being nice to each other. If they're pecking a lot of the other hens, we'll put them out here so that way they aren't in the coop with everyone else. And then we've got more windows over here. These are windows that we can open from the inside so we can let natural ventilation come in. Again, they're getting natural sunlight throughout the entire coop. This facility that we have, our backyard coop and the surrounding, is actually home to ducks. My family has about 20 ducks and they are hanging out here in the coop because they were being naughty and going up onto our highway. So we have ducks that sit out in our outer part of our coop area. So there's some more ducks for you. And then the white chicken that you see right in front of you, she is a 10-year-old bird. She is our oldest bird in our flock. And she is the only adult chicken we have. All of our others have been killed off by predators. We have had weasels and mink come in and get the rest of our chickens. So our 10-year-old bird is the only one that is actually still alive. So she hangs out with the ducks. She actually complains if we don't let her outside of the coop. So that is a look into the life of a backyard chicken farmer. Most people do things differently on their own farm. So what I explained is definitely not how everyone else does it, especially with the ducks. Ducks are definitely not something you would see in every single farm. But I hope that you guys enjoyed seeing the update of the baby chicks, and you guys learned about pin feathers and their first feathers and how those are different. So I will turn this back around so you guys get one last view of those baby chicks. And thank you guys for tuning in for our chicken.